It's Hurt Smile right here on your Classic Metal Show with Big Government. Big Government.
Yeah, not the little kind.
Right. Well, dude, I checked out your live stream or your YouTube stream. I pulled it up and Chromecasted it to the TV.
Oh, good.
So I could go watch it on the TV.
All right, nice.
So I was watching Chris Aiken TV, the asshole of the CMS.
You like that Chromecast, don't you?
Yeah, dude. I mean, when it comes to being able to watch anything that is normally on broadcast television or cable television, there's an outlet somewhere out there on the web.
Sure.
For whatever you want to watch, and that's what I do. I just pull it up on the PC, and then I Chromecast it, and I just go watch it.
Yep, exactly. That's what I do too. I love my Chromecast. I can't wait till the Roku gets the ability to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it's going to be. Roku will take over the world again when they steal that technology from Google.
Sure. Well,
and it's coming.
Yeah. Well, again, our good friend Eric Braverman, I think he missed the mark when he didn't think that heavy metal television needed to be Roku'd.
No, it needs to be Roku'd. It needs to be Chromecast. Can you Chromecast it?
You know what? I haven't tried it.
I haven't tried it either, but I'm thinking you probably can't because it goes full screen.
That's true.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to try it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give that a shot. But yeah, so while the interview was playing, I went down and checked it out on the Chromecast, and was able to back it up about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And watch it.
All right, so you heard me and you talking?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was a little over-modulated because you must have my audio turned up pretty high on your end.
You know what? And I have no way to test it. So, this literally today was only about, I just wanted to get it out there and start trying to feel out how to set the knobs, as they say.
Sure.
So, as long as the video's clear, that's all I care about.
Yeah, the video's clear. We were talking about the different kind of cameras at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I am definitely going to get that one that has the inboard processor built into the camera.
Okay.
Because I think that will definitely speed up the video on it.
Is my video slow?
Well, it's not slow, but it's not fluid like watching the Joe Rogan Experience or something like that. You know what I mean?
We'll see how it works with yours, and if yours works, I'll just get another camera.
Yeah, it's not choppy or anything. It's just it's not like seamless.
It's like a hair off.
Yeah, exactly. Just barely. It's not fluid movements. It looks like a webcam. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that original camera that you picked with the onboard processor, I think that would probably make things a lot faster.
Okay. Well, then we'll have to go that route.
That way it doesn't rely on the PC processor to process the video.
Right. And actually, I'm surprised that the video's good and the audio was clear, because I'm running on this machine, and this is a new machine that I just built, and it only has 4 gig of RAM in it. So I expected it to be more choppy than what you're saying it is.
Sure. Well, it's not choppy. It's just, it's just not as fluid. That's the only word I can think of to use is fluid.
Well, we'll get there.
Sure.
Slowly, by 2018, we'll be ready for heavy metal.
Right. Exactly. Well, that just goes back to, something that you and I are very particular about. We don't want to put something out there that is going to be subpar.
Right.
And we don't just want to rush it out there and go, this is. I mean, I know it's going to be a work in progress, but I want to get it the best we can. And then if there's tweaks and things to be done, so be it. But I want it to be as best as we can get it before we send it out there.
Right. And I'm sure Eric is probably frustrated as shit with me.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I'm not, I had said October and it's not October and, whatever. I'm not doing it. Me and you agree 1,000% on that. We're not doing it until it's right.
Right. I agree.
And I'd rather have the opportunity be missed completely than do it wrong.
Sure.
I just would.
Right. All right. I was going over my notes here to see what it is that I'd like to cover.
Right.
And I think a very short and simple one here
Okay.
would be, this one is what made, this one actually made me laugh and made me just shake my head like, how stupid can you be?
All right.
There was a story out about breastfeeding mom says restaurant employee snapped her photo.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. You told me about that.
I did. But you said you didn't want to read it because
Right.
you wanted initial reaction.
Yeah, I did not read this at all.
Okay. A San Antonio woman claims a Jason's Deli employee photographed her with his cell phone while she was breastfeeding inside the restaurant.
Okay.
Jamie Gustafson tells local news affiliate. Now, see, this is what always gets me.
Yeah.
Is this was a local internal thing that happens? How do the news outlets get these stories?
Yeah, because this bitch wanted attention.
Of course. So obviously this is something that happened within inside of an establishment, but somehow the news got a hold of it.
Yeah, somehow I'll bet it's in the same purse that had her titty out, fucking being sucked on by her 10-year-old or whatever.
Right. So it's amazing how many people will run to the press. Look at me. So for a woman who's complaining that she got some unwanted attention,
Yeah.
she went out there to get some attention.
Right, of course.
All right. So again, who called the news?
Yeah, I'm betting it's her, but go ahead.
All right. So anyway, Jamie Gustafson tells local news affiliate that she caught an employee snapping photos of her as she breastfed her 2-month-old son.
Okay.
I was stunned.
Were you?
I don't know what to say. I was speechless, she said. Gustafson's sister reportedly confronted the employee and alerted the management.
Okay.
Jason's Deli released a written statement to the news station that read in part, "We are deeply troubled by this employee's conduct.
Oh, please.
And not only was his conduct an explicit breach of written company policy, it was a violation of the values we care about deeply."
Oh. I can give them that it was a violation of something in their handbook or whatever, but code of ethics? Shut up. What did he do that was so wrong? He took a picture of a chick.
Yeah,
It's not his fault that she had her tit out.
sure.
And guess what? The fact that she had her titty out is what made her appealing to fucking take a photo of.
Sure.
She's in public, so he's allowed to take a photo.
Exactly.
Stupid whore.
They say the offending employee has been fired.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Gustafson has filed a police report.
For what?
She filed a police report
And what's the charge?
and tells KENS 5 that while she has no intentions of stopping breastfeeding in public, she'll probably bring a blanket next time.
But what is the charge that she's filing?
I don't know. Harassment? I can't even imagine. You call the police and say, "Hey, I had my tit out, and this guy took a picture of it."
Yeah. So what?
And?
Yeah, you're in public.
All
You're
right.
in public. There's no thought of, implied privacy because you're feeding your kid.
Right.
What a dummy.
Well, look at her statement. "I'll bring a blanket next time."
Yeah, should have this time, you fucking dumbass.
Right. So given that statement, this just tells me that she whipped open her shirt, flopped out her titty, and this baby latched on, and this guy goes, "Hey, look, tits.
Yeah, look at that. Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of this."
Yeah. What's the? I don't see where the police didn't didn't arrest him.
It doesn't say. Breastfeeding in public, particularly in restaurants, remains a hotly debated issue.
Yeah.
A group of Connecticut mothers staged a nursing demonstration back in June after a Friendly's restaurant allegedly asked a mother to stop breastfeeding, indicating that restaurants are still apparently learning about a mother's right to breastfeed in public.
Shut up! A mother's right. Okay, well then how about if I piss on the floor?
Right.
You know, that's the same thing. It's squirting out a fucking bodily fluid.
Sure.
How is that any fucking different? If I'm in the restaurant and I got to piss and I don't want to go all the way to the bathroom and hide myself, why can't I just pull out my dick and piss on the floor?
Right.
You know, or piss in a bucket that I brought with me so I don't dirty up their restaurant.
Right.
You know, this lady is a cunt.
Right.
Holy shit.
Right. Well, there's a lot of great comments to this story, and this is what I found the most amusing, because even in my mood this week, I was pleasantly surprised at the number of people that have the same viewpoint and attitude that you and I have.
Okay.
Here's the first one.
All right.
I am a mother of 6. I breastfed my kids if I had to in public. I would do it discreetly. That's why they make nursing shirts and bras. If done correctly, with or without a nursing bra or a shirt, the man would not have been able to see her breast because her shirt would have been covering it.
Right.
We are allowed to take pictures of anything or anyone in public. If you don't, in public, if you don't be, how's this read? If you don't to be snapped, then stay indoors or simply don't expose your breast.
Right.
I think they meant if you don't want to be snapped. That they forgot a word there.
Right.
We are allowed to take pics of anything or anyone in public. If you don't want to be snapped, then stay indoors or simply expose your breast. I see it as more that they wouldn't take a photo of the lady in question if she weren't breastfeeding. It comes off as an employee taking a photo for their own self-amusement and less to do with being professional.
Okay, so what?
Besides, who has their phone in their pocket while handling food at work? Cameras are one of the most germ-laden devices you own.
Enough.
All right. Well, you can't be too surprised when you expose yourself in public.
Right.
The next, this should read, exhibitionist gets kid fired.
I like that.
In the decade of cameras, don't sit with your breast out and get mad when someone takes a picture. Yeah. You are not in the privacy of your own home. If in a public place, you can end up on YouTube, and you would only have yourself to blame.
This goes back to what me and you talk about constantly. You have no right. No one owes you your standard. Whatever you decide is your standard, what you think is right and you think is wrong and what you think should happen and you think should not happen. You're the only one that ever gets to dictate that about you.
Sure.
You don't get to dictate. This woman obviously thinks this guy wanted to take a titty shot.
Right.
Okay, fine. Guess what? If you pulled your tit out, he's allowed to do it. And just because that violates your fucking thought process, tough shit, you stupid whore.
Right.
Keep tit in your shirt. You want the truth? Feed your fucking kid at home. You know, and I say that as a dad that had kids, and believe me, the last thing we ever wanted to do when they were nursing age was take them to the fucking restaurant or to a goddamn movie theater. A or B. Neither is an appropriate place for a fucking nursing kid. Order in. Get some takeout, you stupid twat, and stay home.
Right. I agree.
Seriously, you know.
I agree.
You know, forget the camera part of it. If you're out with business clients, okay, let's say I'm out there trying to work a big business deal, okay, and I take my guys over to Brown Derby, which is about $50 a plate.
Ruth Chris.
Okay, well that makes that's more of a point, but that's fine. I'm taking my guys out to Ruth Chris to impress them to win the deal.
Sure.
Okay. Now I got to contend with some bitch pulling her tit out and fucking feeding them. I don't want that, and I don't want that in in the eyes of the fucking people that I'm trying to land a business deal with. I don't care if it's fucking nature and all that other shit. Keep it out of the fucking public.
Yeah. Look at Maximum and the Threshold. If she can whip it out, he can take a picture of it.
That's exactly right. He's exactly right.
Right. Anyway, another comment.
Yeah.
Or to finish up, the exhibitionist gets a kid fired. Oh, wait a minute. I read that. The next comment, Gustafson has filed a police report for what?
Right.
You plop out a tit in public and you're shocked that some guy takes a picture? Yeah. He didn't violate your privacy because you were in public. And number two, it's not illegal to take pictures with your camera. And number three, your lack of consideration and common sense is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Agree with all that.
The next one is by a woman by the name of Karen Berry.
All right.
I breastfed my two youngest. If I had to in public, I always covered up with a baby blanket. There is a discreet way to do it. It's not right to have your boobs exposed in public. And if you don't want to cover them up, then stay home.
Right. Because believe me, it's not even hot. He's not taking a picture to spank to it later.
Right.
It's not a hot view to have a kid fucking sucking your fucking overextended areola.
Right.
It's not fucking hot.
Yeah.
It's just gross.
He probably just took it to say, hey, look what I saw with this lady doing in my restaurant.
Look at this stupid cunt I saw at work.
Right.
That's exactly what he was doing.
Cells says, just because you can do things doesn't mean you should.
Okay.
I work with kids and see moms breastfed on a daily basis, and they do it nice and private in public. I'm sure the parents of older kids would not be happy to have breasts out in the open view unless that's how they want their kids to be raised.
Right. And even then, it's still she's infringing on my fucking right not to have to see it.
Sure.
You know, she's making a big fucking stink that this guy infringed on her rights to fucking breastfeed in privacy or in public. Oh, she's infringing on my right to not want to see that shit.
Right, I agree.
Stupid whore.
I agree.
Wow, this is making me mad.
I know. Joaquin says, using common sense when breastfeeding in public, one would think to bring a blanket. I don't want to see you whip your boob out when I'm eating.
Yeah.
Expect to get on YouTube when you're in public and do stupid things.
Right.
Next one.
No offense to her. I don't even want to see it with a blanket.
Right.
Take it fucking home. Go home. Go somewhere else. Go into the fucking bathroom. Take it out of the public eye. Period.
Right. The next comment, there is no legal expectation of privacy while in public. This is a precedent, also applies to exhibitionist liberal women who are too arrogant to pump breast milk at home to put in bottles for when away from home, as my wife did with both of our children. If you whip it out in front of me and start feeding your child, I will stare and drool, and legally there isn't a damn thing you can do about it.
Stare and drool.
That's what he said. Mocking Jay says,
all right.
Wow, I'm surprised at these comments. So the breastfeeding woman is in the wrong, not the pervert who took the picture?
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
How quickly stones are cast against the woman who was doing something that's very natural, feeding her child.
Oh, boy.
How do you know that she didn't cover up and perhaps the blanket slipped?
Whatever.
Even if she didn't cover it up, it's still not okay for an employee to be taking photos.
Shut up.
Plus, now get this. Here's the stupidest comment of them all.
All right.
Plus, she wasn't in public. She was in a restaurant.
What?
It wasn't a park bench. So apparently this person doesn't know that anything outside the confines of your home is considered public.
That's making me choke.
I know.
So a restaurant is a private place.
Apparently it is, according to this person.
And private places are generally defined by anybody and everybody that wants to come in them can.
Sure.
What an idiot.
So to read that statement again, plus she wasn't in public. She was in a restaurant. It wasn't a park bench. So this person doesn't understand that restaurants are public places.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
This attitude towards blaming the woman for not covering up is outrageous. She was feeding her child, a very natural thing. Shame on all of you for attacking this woman.
Is that a guy or a chick?
It just says mocking Jay.
That's got to be a dude. White knight dick.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Probably. It's just like, men are shit. Just like we covered last week.
I hate my species.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe how insensitive men are.
Oh, keep sucking cock, mocking Jay.
Right.
Fucking fairy.
Bobo the Clown says, did you know that sex is natural, too?
Yeah.
It is also the exchanging of life-giving bodily fluids as well. Hey, Mocking Jay wants us all to have sex on the tables at Burger King.
Well, according to Mocking Jay, that would be okay.
Right. Drixnot, Drixnot,
Okay.
says, a restaurant is a public place, and yes, she is in the wrong, not about the breastfeeding. The part where she is in the wrong is getting upset about the picture.
Right.
If it was not for the fact that the guy was an employee of that restaurant, there would have been nothing that she could have done about it.
Right.
On the side note, the employee earned his firing. He was supposed to be working, not taking pictures of customers for whatever reason.
I'll give that point. Like I said before, I'll give the point that it might be a violation of the code of conduct at the restaurant.
Sure.
But there's nothing illegal, and there's certainly nothing that warrants a police report.
I agree with that. Charles Chapman answers Mocking Jay. Yes, she was as much in the wrong as him, really more so. In the public, you have, I don't know why these people can't spell. You have no right to privacy, as someone else stated. A restaurant is a public place, same as a park. No, she had no blanket, as she plainly stated the next time she will bring one. Last, I do not think you are defending her. You are playing devil's advocate.
Right. White knight faggot.
Right. Robert Lang says, being in the wrong is your words. She exposed herself out where other people are and got offended by someone focusing in on it. That is the reality of it.
Yeah.
Bold Chapeau says, yes, it's natural, and so is having sex. Urinating, your point, Chris.
That's my point. Thank you.
Defecating, masturbating, scratching your private parts, picking your nose, and belching. Just because something is natural doesn't mean it's okay to do it in public. And yes, a restaurant is public. If it's open to the public, it's public. If you don't believe it, ask a lawyer. So, and the comments go on and on, but I just thought that was just really funny.
What an idiot.
I know.
Police should fucking fine her for filing a useless police report.
Right. So not only did she get this kid fired,
Yeah.
she called the police.
Yeah.
And she reported it to the news outlets.
Right.
So there you go. So someone who's offended at having her picture taken, she sure brought a lot of attention to herself.
Sure did. She got her 10 minutes or 15 minutes.